Imagine $30,000 compounding into $80 million, or an engineering graduate returning 250,000% over 16 years. In 1989, author Jack Schwager tracked down the people behind these numbers for his book Market Wizards, launching a journalistic investigation into how the world's elite traders consistently beat the odds. The common public assumption is that these super traders share a secret mathematical formula. We want to believe they have a flawless predictive algorithm or some insider genius that tells them exactly what the market will do next. But the pursuit of a single master key in technical trading is the ultimate trap but ruins average retail investors. Because when you sit down and cross-examine these billionaires, you find a massive contradiction. They vehemently disagree with each other on how the market actually works. On one side, Jim Rogers waits patiently to buy based on deep, long-term fundamental economic value. On the other side, technical traders ignore economic news entirely, relying on rigid mathematical trend-following systems. The timelines clash too. Some of these wizards hold positions for years, waiting for economic cycles to turn. Others make their fortunes buying and selling within minutes, amid the chaos on the pit floor. If their formulas, timeframes, and philosophies clash so sharply, what shared factor protects them from the volatility that wipes out everyone else? The divide between a retail trader's losses and a wizard's millions comes down to the psychological framework they maintain, regardless of the system they trade. This illustrates Principle 1, radical risk control. Amateurs focus on upside projections, but professionals prioritize defense. Larry Hite calls this his uncle point. You define the exact amount you are willing to lose and honor that exit point without hesitation. These market wizards survive over the long term because they prioritize the absolute guarantee of survival over the mere possibility of a windfall. Principle 2 is the eradication of ego. Champion trader Marty Schwartz realized the desire to make money must outweigh the desire to be proven right. Holding on to a clearly losing position simply to avoid the emotional pain of admitting defeat is the fatal flaw for most amateurs. Elite traders reframe this scenario entirely. To a wizard, taking a small, planned loss is never a failure. It is considered the successful execution of their risk management system. Long-term survival in the financial markets requires a complete detachment of personal ego from the outcome of an individual trade. Principle 3 is extreme discipline and long-term patience. More specifically, it is developing the unnatural ability to sit back and simply do nothing. Gary Bielfeldt relies on a framework that treats professional trading exactly like high-stakes poker. Every decision is driven by probability rather than prediction. When you apply the poker mechanic to the market, you consistently forfeit the ante, taking small losses, on all the weak hands. Instead, you aggressively raise the bet and commit your capital only when the mathematical percentages are overwhelmingly skewed in your favor. The psychological difficulty here is the waiting. It means sitting on your hands. Waiting for days, for entire weeks, or even months, resisting the urge to jump in until the perfect setup finally appears. The compulsion to always be in the market is a gambler's addiction. The discipline to wait for the mathematical advantage is the mark of a professional. Dr. Van K. Tharp's work shows that our natural human instincts are mathematically destined to fail in financial markets. This shows the retail paradox. Humans are risk-aversive with profits, cashing out early. Yet we are risk-seeking with losses, holding on to them hoping they bounce back. To achieve elite success, you must build an anti-instinct. Rewire your brain to cut losses immediately and let profits run. Dr. Tharp concludes that the market does not create emotional problems. It is simply a mirror that violently exposes the psychological flaws an individual brings to it. There is no single master technique that works for everyone. Blindly copying a famous trader's system is a recipe for failure if that system runs counter to your own personality and risk tolerance. Genuine success requires finding a methodology that fits your unique psychology and then developing the grueling internal discipline to follow it without exception. A trader's most difficult and ongoing confrontation happens within their own mind.